Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this week's edition of Crescent City Sports. I'm your host, Chanel Malik Reed. First up, we'll go straight to Saints Spotlight. The big topic is the future of Saints All-Pro tight end, Jimmy Graham. Now, Graham has been Drew Brees' primary target for the past 3 seasons and is coming off a career-best season totaling in more than 1,200 yards receiving and hauling in 16 touchdowns. His yardage was the best amongst tight ends, and his touchdowns were the best amongst all NFL receivers. Now, Graham is a free agent this season, and the Saints are faced with a dilemma: to keep Graham for a maximum level contract or use a franchise tag on him. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with what the franchise tag actually is, it's when the team decides to save money rather than spend a ton of money on a maximum level contract. They would tag one specific player, and he gets the average of the top 5 highest payers' salaries at his position for only 1 season. Since Graham is a tight end, this would be about $6.7 million. However, the debate is whether Graham should be paid as a tight end or a wide receiver. ESPN's Skip Bayless chimes in.
What should he be tagged as, Skip?
Stephen A. Smith. I'm going to go on the math here. Jimmy Graham lined up 67% of the time last season as a split-out receiver, as a wide receiver or a slot receiver. So I'm with him on this. I think he has a beef. I think he deserves to be franchised if it comes to this at $4.5 million more as a wide receiver, just because in the New Orleans offense, more often than not, more than 50% of the time, he is a wide receiver.
Now, the Saints have made cuts in order to make salary cap space to keep Jimmy Graham. The list includes veteran defensive end Will Smith, safety Roman Harper, linebacker Jonathan Vilma, and cornerback Jabari Greer. Now, each of these players have been formidable for the Saints defense and have been longtime starters, achieving Pro Bowl nominations. However, all 4 have been plagued with injury, resulting in them missing significant time last season. Next up is the Pelican Report. No real news since All-Star Weekend took over the city of New Orleans recently, so let's look ahead. The Pels are currently 7.5 games out of playoff contention and desperately need a winning streak to climb the Western Conference ladder. The Pelicans have an opportunity to start a streak as they face the New York Knicks on Wednesday, the Charlotte Bobcats on Friday, and the Washington Wizards on Saturday, all teams with losing records. Now, this week in the Pelican poll, we want all you viewers to predict the future of the Pelicans. Do you think they will A, reach the playoffs, B, make a run for the 8th seed but miss out by a spot or 2, or C, continue to struggle and cement their spot in the 2014 NBA lottery? Tweet your answer to Crescent City Sports, and we might even read it next episode. That's all the time that we have this week. Don't forget to tune in next week where we'll talk about the Pelicans' continual push to reach the playoffs and update you on last season's offseason moves. Crescent City Sports, I'm Chanel Malik Reed. Coming up later, Rachel comes back to give you a heartwarming tale. We'll be right back.